Tata Steel has been committed to India's industrial development since establishing Jamshedpur, the country's first industrial city. Over the years, the company has made significant contributions to various sectors including industry, infrastructure, education and healthcare. As a flag bearer of the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, Tata Steel has been actively promoting self-reliance for over a century. Today, Tata Steel is a name that every Indian is familiar with. Tata Steel was established in India as Asia's first integrated private steel company in the year 1907, the largest steel manufacturing company in India with its presence across the globe. Jamshedji Nusarwanji Tata was the visionary founder of Tata Steel, who was instrumental in bringing a scientific approach to steel making in India. It is his passion for research and development that continues to be Tata Steel's core strength. It is aptly reflected in the company's philosophy of "We also make tomorrow," whether it is new materials, new products, new solutions and ideas or new talent. Unearthing those ideas and that talent are the many different programs run by Tata Steel to cultivate thinking young minds in the country.
It is a fact that steel is by far the most attractive value for money product at 60 rupees a kg compared to any other product of its kind. No wonder 1800 million tons is used in the world, and India uses 120 million tons of steel and will use 200 million tons of steel in the few years, because you can't build a country without building the infrastructure what is there, whether it is roads or buildings or flyovers. So steel is necessary to be used. Steel is not a bad product. The route which we use to make steel is the one which can be challenged.
This is where a grand invitation to innovative ideas from young minds comes in. Ideas that address a range of challenges centered around crucial business themes, the Tata Steel-a-thon. This is the setting of Tata Steel's celebrated annual event, the Steel-a-thon, the most coveted and prestigious platform for business school students from across the country to showcase their talent.
I'm Shrija Mishra, I'm 24 years old and I'm currently pursuing my MBA from Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar. I'm specializing in the HRM, that is Human Resource Management. The real life challenge that we felt that we were completely focusing on was, one, the employee experience in the organization as a whole, and secondly for the hardship locations. We were talking to a lot of people who were working in these locations and we wanted to understand what problems they were facing, and that is what we try to put in the case also, so that those problems are highlighted again in front of the senior leadership, that these are the problems that are there. So for us, the most important part was to focus on the hardship locations, that if I take up a project there, I do not want to face such kind of situations. So how can I make that situation better for me? So that is how I was focusing on the hardship locations and the employee experience.
My name is Rohan Chauhan and I'm 27 years old and I'm from the same college, Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar. Steel-a-thon, I believe innovation, expanding our horizons, continuous exploration, that is something that comes to my mind. And the point is that how much they're trying to hone individuals in such a way that they can be a part of the future workforce and future leadership positions.
Shrija, Rohan and Dvipayan are among the 16 teams that made it to the finale of the Steel-a-thon. While their team took up problem solving from the human resource track, different teams chose real-life challenges from other tracks, that is, the business and value chain tracks. Spread across 8 long hours, team after team presented their ideas to this 3-member jury from Tata Steel senior management. Just as the strongest steel is forged from the hottest fire, so also the ideas and solutions from these B school students tested by some very tough questions from the jury.
How do you design this? How do you understand that people are ready for these kind of employee experience benefit?
If I have to segment this employee experience score, what could be the potential cuts in which you could see it?
So you looked at the inbound challenge also, and you finally said that we look at only outbound, but did it occur to you that there's also an inbound challenge which could be there? How much in rupees crores or in million tons the problem? Currently, how much is road? So what I was impressed about the teams who have presented in the first session was the degree of detail in which they got in. I'm quite conscious of the fact that, mindful of the fact that they are also studying. They are in year 2 of MBA, which is a grueling program by itself. And while studying that program, they have indulged and engaged in the way to understand the subject of sustainability or transportation or waterways. These are not easy subjects wherein 2 plus 2 is not equal to 4. There are certain reasons why we are not able to achieve those solutions. By the way, these are real life problems which managers in Tata Steel are addressing and trying to address. We are looking for a fresh thinking to come in as an outside view in. The other thing which we liked, at least I liked on this thing, was they take an effort to say where government has to play a role and company has to play a role. We are looking for some more specificity in the answers for sure. We would like them to also understand the capital expenditure which is required.
The case study that we have chosen is reimagining the distribution network of the future. One, it's really intriguing. Given the facts that we have today, given some parameters to work on and reimagine the future of an organization as big as Tata Steel. The case is intriguing in itself and it requires a lot of brainstorming. It was a lot of fun working on this case. Well, in terms of distribution, the major challenge in the distribution supply chain network, you would say, would be the industry is moving from a product-centric to a service-centric industry. And automation is the key here. So that's what our case solution will be focusing on.
For Yamini and one of her teammates, their calm demeanour stole the hearts of not just the jury but also other teams that were participating. Team Steelers were able to stay relatively calm through an extremely tough round of cross-questioning by the jury.
This platform, the major goal is to wrap my hands around Tata Steel and presenting among 15 other teams from such top colleges in itself an experience that is so enriching and it's a little threatening, but then also it's once in a lifetime sort of an experience for me.
Coming up after the break, the adrenaline rush of the last set of presentations and the winners announced. The 10th edition of Tata Steel's Steel-a-thon. On one hand, each team under the spotlight with one task at hand: to present their idea as simply as possible. Each PPT is 3 months of research crunched up into slides. On the other hand, the tough jury, made up of members from Tata Steel's senior management, assigned with the task of needling out gaps from the presentations being made by young B school students. Given that the solutions the students are designing are for one amongst the businesses, value chain and people tracks, the jury aptly includes Atrey Sanyal, Vice President Human Resource Management at Tata Steel, Piyush Gupta, Vice President Group Strategic Procurement and One Supply Chain, Tata Steel, and S. Karthik Narayanan, who is the Chief Marketing and Sales, Tiscon Retail, Tata Steel.
In the hunt for talent, we are often left with choices to go and spot talent from our end at various colleges, at various consultants and people who refer talent to us. Many of the good companies have launched their own competitions, which are business related competitions. It brings talent to your place of work, and the talent that comes to your place of work doesn't come to just showcase interviews where they are privy to give answers only to 2 or 3 pointed questions. Here is a talent who gets a live business case where they're supposed to innovate what the company has not been able to do and is seeking to do with a group of people internally. and there comes a fresh mind straight out of college, not restricted to steel. Some of the competition solutions actually have come from industries which are in IT or in consumer goods from the Steel-a-thon participants, because they don't think steel, they are thinking the whole wide world, and therefore their way of laterally thinking and coming up with out of the box first conceptual design of a solution is extremely empowering. And I think for them to see that they have the capacity to research steel, which is very complex, bring in the best practices from other industries and then come up with a solution is extremely joyous, and they seek to see that their solutions are implemented. In Steel-a-thon, we are talking about sustainability, we are talking about digital, we are talking about progressive ways of doing and using steel, redefining supply chain, which is extremely complex. I think the kind of problem statements over the years in this last decade of Steel-a-thon has gone from simple solutions of how do we sell better or how do we get more customer focus to what is a sustainable scope 3 supply chain that Tata Steel has to define. What are the people practices of future which makes a digitally and a future ready culture within the company. So that is how we are progressing with times and how it is making the competition more relevant and more pioneering in nature.
Once the last presentation has been made, the participating teams waiting in eager anticipation, with the jury left to debate the finer details of which team had made the stronger case and which idea would be able to fight in the market as well as reach out to the customers, keeping in mind the new paradigms: digital, sustainable, with people connect. Each member from the jury talked to the participants before the winners were announced.
It's a large industry and it's not a micro industry. It's a very core industry which will shape this country going forward next 15, 20, 25 years. So the power which you have in your hands as a commercial person is huge, and that's why this is such an exciting place, because you can actually change the way this country looks and operates and runs, and you have a very important role to play. You will look back on 2023 as you go forward in years that we were at that cusp of changing electric vehicles to come in the country, or metros are coming up, or for that matter airports are being built, or the retail is growing in the country and houses are being built, and what exactly can you do as a commercial person to make that happen?
First of all, I want to start by thanking Piyush boss and Atreya ma'am for having given me the opportunity to be part of this Steel-a-thon Season 10. This is a great bridge between what you study in the colleges to what you face in the campus, because this gives you an opportunity to go deeper into an issue the company is facing, try to apply some of the theoretical concepts that you have prepared, and you have tried to understand and apply it. And for us as an organization, it's a great opportunity to get an outside-in view. So for me today, to listen to all the 16 presentations, I think it was wonderful to kind of understand the various challenges. And I know end of the day there are going to be few of you will be the winners, but I think each one of you deserve a round of applause for actually putting the hard work and effort, because like any other competitive event, which is this, it's not a selection but it's an elimination. So thank you once again to the team which is put together this wonderful Steel-a-thon, and I'm really hopeful to be more involved in the next Steel-a-thon competition. Thank you very much.
Also watching were winners from previous Steel-a-thon editions.
This experience is probably unlike any other because of the scale at which it is conducted. Every year we've heard in our colleges people say, next year Steel-a-thon. So you're sitting here in this most coveted position where a lot of people have wanted to be. So really cherish that, enjoy this moment. Standing in front of this esteemed panel of judges is not easy, right? Defending those questions, maintaining your calm, your composure is a very challenging thing to do.
I need some excitement in the house. Come on, everybody's excited.
And then the announcements that everyone had been waiting for.
And the winner is Steelers IIM Kashipur. Congratulations!
A surprise element and a first in Steel-a-thon history was the announcement of an ultimate champion, like a best among the champions. And it was Yamini's team, the Steelers, who for the jury had literally stolen the show.
My name is Riya Goyal, I go by Rio. My team is Team Steelers and we had 3 members, me, Chirag Dash, Yamini Srivastav, and we won not just the business track as well as we won the ultimate championship. So it's been a great moment so far. So I'm a queer person, I'm also a trans person, and working here for 2 months at Tata Steel as an intern has been a blessing to me because I got to experience the corporate world for the first time, but also see that corporate world can also be as inclusive as I want it to be. So Tata Steel comes out to be one of the most inclusive companies I've been into so far, and I think that's all that I look for as a queer trans person.
Within our selection process, of course, every competition has winners, but believe you me, and you can ask the others, after you enter the organization, it just doesn't matter. I've seen whether you're women of metal, whether you're curious winners or mind over matter or Steel-a-thon, we run so many championships. It's just a method of sensitizing you what Tata Steel is all about. From our end, it is about the width and depth of this organization. An organization which I don't hesitate to say is one of the best or the best in manufacturing worldwide. It is an organization which is steeped into purpose right from the beginning until now.
The big takeaway for the 16 teams who made it out of the 12,000 applications that came in this year received